My next guest is starting to see them affecting the D.C. metro area in restaurants. Joining me to discuss is Sarah Senatore, an analyst at BofA Securities. Sarah, it's great to have you. And people would on some level say, well, that makes sense. But it's surprising where exactly you're seeing this showing up. Explain.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I think what maybe is surprising is that it's about the kind of foot traffic that we might be seeing in the DC area. So that's the maybe knock-on effect of these kinds of layoffs, is that the local businesses feel the impact. And when we look at the data, we are starting to see a little bit in those types of restaurants that do really depend on work-related work-related activity, places where you would go to pick up coffee or breakfast in the morning, or places where you might get lunch, on your lunch break. Less so the places that are kind of destinations where you might go out and have dinner.
Sweet Green and Cava, some of our high-flying, fast casual names. Interestingly enough, until lately, both of them have had kind of a tough earnings season, and both of them, you say, have high exposure to D.C. Who else?
Those are the two biggest, in the restaurants that we looked at. The fast casuals, the other ones that we looked at were Chipotle and Shake Shack. They're about kind of 4% of their store base. Most of the national chains are going to be pretty evenly spread out. I would say, though, the fast casuals in general will tend to have a little bit more exposure because they do tend to be closer to, higher earning urban areas. And we're only just now starting to see some of them branch out into more the middle of the country or into smaller markets.
Did I imagine this, or did you say there was a DMV aspect to all of this?
We were referring to D.C., Maryland, Virginia. That's so the DMV area was where we were seeing, the most unemployment claims. There were the skyrocketing of the unemployment claims.
Understood. So that it's really not just the D.C. metro area; it's the broader region.
Yeah. So we're, the data are limited, and the point we made in part of the report was that, look, these layoffs are happening across the board, and 80% of the federal workforce does not work in Virginia, Maryland, or Washington, D.C. That being said, I think it's safe to assume that most of the D.C. area jobs are going to be the kinds of office jobs where you would be dependent on them and where you probably are seeing more work from home now. So there are 2 points to this. One is, to the extent that it's more administrative jobs that are being cut, and we don't know that yet. Certainly, we've seen park rangers and that kind of thing also. But to the extent that's the case, those are sort of the jobs where you might see those in the DC area. And then again, to the extent that we're looking at restaurants that might depend on a white collar workforce for lunch or breakfast, traffic, that's what we might see an impact on.